Thank you so much, Vidya, for talking to us, and welcome to India Today Television. It's such a pleasure seeing you after so many months. How has the lockdown been treating you? Of course, we've seen you on social media doing, you're trying your hand at cooking, you're talking about, doing other things. And, tell us about what lockdown has been for you over the past 4 months.
Actually, for me, it was really smooth because I go into hibernation between my films anyway. I spent a lot of time at home, except that this time I also had Siddharth at home. And we were sharing a lot of the household chores because, we were short-staffed, and that was a new experience. Like you said, I tried my hand at cooking and just caught up on a lot of content that I hadn't had time to watch. And of course, made a lot of videos. So I realized that I could do that on my own. All of that was great. And, I think I really no complaints. I feel very blessed at this time when you look around you and you see the struggles that people have been through in this time. I think it's been more than easy for me.
Absolutely. But tell us, have you been handy around the house?
Yeah, it's been such a revelation. I didn't think I'd ever get down to doing these things. See, I'm someone who does a lot of cleaning around the house because I've got OCD. So, that I'm used to, except this was over a long period of time and continually, almost every day I was having to do it, but I enjoyed even that. But, I discovered that nothing's impossible, from fixing bulbs to trying to fix the air conditioner.
Right. Okay. And of course, promoting films like this, that is also quite a change because, we go on promotions ourselves and, you have a crew, you have hair, makeup, stylists, we come with cameras, all of that. And now it all boils down to we are doing everything on our own.
Yeah.
What are the things that you perhaps miss?
Actually, now my team has started to come in. We're not spending as much time together because they get me dressed and then they leave. But I know what you mean. It is a different experience. I'm sitting in one place and, talking to all of you. And I'm okay with that. Maybe it's nice to, I don't miss the traffic for sure. And I guess there is no option, right? On the day the trailer released, I was like, the response has been great. Now I can go out and promote. And then I realized, I can't go out and promote. I'll have to sit here and promote.
Right.
But as long as I'm getting to promote, I love talking about my films, and that's what I'm here doing. So it's a new experience here. And I know it's a stopgap, so making the most of it.
Shakuntala Devi, the human computer, there's so much about her that, perhaps people don't really know. And through this film, I'm sure, a lot of us like me would know her better. But tell me, how much did you know about Shakuntala Devi when Anu Menon came to you for this film?
Just that she was a mathematical genius, she was in the Guinness Book of World Records, she was known as a human computer, but I didn't know anything beyond that. But through my conversations with Anu, we've done extensive research because she had long interviews with Shakuntala Devi's daughter and son-in-law, Anupama Banerjee and Ajay.
Right.
She had gathered a lot of information, anecdotes, stories of how she'd react, of what she liked, all of that, and I was fascinated. Because, Pia, it's unfortunate, but we like to box people. We have preconceived notions about everything. And then most of us find maths a very dry subject, and you think that someone who's a mathematical genius would be boring and,
right.
Staid, and then you realize that, no, she was known as a human computer, but probably the only computer with a sense of humor. What a wicked sense of humor, what zest for life. I love this about her, that until the very end, she colored her hair black. She was very conscious of appearance. She liked to wear bright lipstick and paint her nails in really bright colors. She liked to shop, she liked to eat, she enjoyed food, she enjoyed traveling the world over. And all of this, along with doing the math shows, writing books. In a span of 2 years, she had written 20 books.
Wow.
She was an astrologer. I know lots of people, especially from the film industry, who tell me that, I've been to her for consultation. And then almost everyone I know says, especially from my generation or older than me, say that, she's come to my school for a maths show. I've seen her maths show. I remember Akshay telling me that he saw Shakuntala Devi's show at Shanmukhananda Hall.
Right. Yes.
And, so everyone has a story to tell about her. So I think she's so many things. What a full life she led.
Right. But did it help that you also kind of love maths and numbers? Did it help with the entire process?
I think it helped to the extent that, I wasn't intimidated at the thought of having to learn up these numbers.
Right.
I enjoyed numbers in school, and since school I haven't really dabbled in them because I ended up doing arts. And then, of course, you have the phone for everything. You don't store phone numbers on your, mobile directly. Previously, if someone said, this is my number, you'd remember it, So this film helped me rekindle my love for numbers. And I also learned some hacks. I wasn't even aware, and I'm ashamed to say this, but I wasn't even aware of something called Vedic maths. And I now feel it should be taught in every school. Kids will fall in love with maths. I think they'll fall in love with maths once they watch Shakuntala Devi, the film.
Yeah.
And if they need any more persuasion, Vedic maths is a way to go.
What are the challenges that you perhaps have to do to imbibe a character, the nuances, and how do you get into the skin of it?
I think, there's no fixed procedure or process or method because I'm not a trained actor. But I think what I realized during the Dirty Picture is that when you're playing a real person, you may not look like that person. And a caricature would be damn shoddy, right? So you can't mimic the person. But maybe you should focus on getting the essence of the person correct. And thankfully, Anu Menon was on the same page as me. So we approached it from the point of view of capturing the essence, the spirit of
situation like this with the lockdown. And of course, now it's easing out slowly. We've seen you also shooting an ad recently with two all dressed in PPE kits and all of that. What are the challenges that you see going forward? And I guess we just have to adapt to the new normal, perhaps.
Yeah, and I think our reality is changing on a day-to-day basis. Like the situation is changing. The day before yesterday, it was out in the papers, in the news, that Bombay is slightly better. And yesterday, if you went to Nariman Point or Worli Seaface, it was like the whole of Bombay had descended out in the streets. So I really feel that, and then God forbid, if there's a scare, then again people will begin to stay home. People are more careful about the masks and all, but I think we've all, 4 months back, if someone had told us this is going to be our reality, we would have been what? Rubbish. But we are adapting. So I'm really not in a position to predict what will be like, or what are the changes we have to make, or what is the extent to which we have to, adapt or change our ways of working. But I guess we will have to. And only time will tell how. And I think slowly, like I did that ad shoot, there are other people who've also stepped out to work. Some television crews are working. Everyone's slowly figuring, what works.
Right.
And everyone's being very cautious for sure. And that's the least. If you want things to get back to normal, then you have to be responsible towards yourself and the people around you.
Sure. Very well said. Well, talking about your movie choices, it's really interesting to see the kind of movies that you've picked up, very orthodox, and of course, all the women have been very unapologetic. Be it Tumhari Sulu, they live life on their terms, or Mission Mangal, or coming to Shakuntala Devi. Is that what really excites you when you hear a script?
Yeah, I love that. Because, I think women have been and actually even continue to be so shackled by societal definitions and expectations. Because the patriarchal mindset is so deep rooted in us. Despite our education and our awareness and so-called freedom, I think somewhere we're still, just about grappling. So I find it fascinating when I come across characters who are unafraid to be themselves. It doesn't matter what anyone has to say. They'll go out living life exactly the way they want to. And Shakuntala, if my other characters were like that, Shakuntala is that to the power of 100. Or to the power of infinity.
So now we have to, like I was saying, we have to adapt to the new normal. This film was, of course, made for the theatres. Do you think it's an adjustment even for you as an actor, or it's about accepting?
No, it's, it was, of course, made for the theatres. But I'm glad we have the opportunity to release it on Amazon Prime today, which takes us directly to 200 countries on the same day. And, people don't even have to step out. It'll probably introduce us to a new audience. Who knows? I think in the given circumstances, this is the best possible outcome. And even otherwise, I think content will continue to be made exclusively for OTT and exclusively for films, and then at some point they'll also crisscross, and that's great. The horizon has just widened.
Right. But what are the shows that you have watched over this period of time, and are you enjoying the kind of content that is out there on these platforms?
I've been watching a lot, actually. I've been watching a lot of shows, a lot of documentaries, and the most recent one that I saw was Patal Lok, which I absolutely enjoyed. I think it's one of the best shows that I've seen to come out of India.
Right. Well, it was wonderful talking to you, Vidya, and all the best for Shakuntala Devi. We can't wait to watch it.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.